engage into the fight. So maybe just speaking out loud, Bigatron Alpha has one or two heroes that doesn't need all of their skills to really give a big impact in the game.
Sounds like we could be looking at some heroes like maybe the Khalid is probably one of them. We'll just have to
I
see
would
what the
even
draft tells us, right?
I would even say something like the high loss, where even if you've used all your cooldowns, you're bringing an impact in the game.
That too, yeah, I agree. It's a bit of a switch up in terms of the bans for sure. At least for RORA side, banning out the Fanny. The Joy also getting banned out.
So this time Aurora bans out the Joy. It looks like they're trying their luck if they're able to get something like a Granger or any kind of immobile marksman here, because in game number 1 they didn't really care about it. Or the Granger isn't banned yet. I wonder if Aurora doesn't ban the Granger, they don't have the Joy to counter it unless they feel like the Suyo is efficient enough to deal with it. In fact, if Aurora bans the Granger here, I can see Bigatron Alpha instant picking the Suyo.
Aurora does have the Irritel. It has been one of the few responses to a Granger. We've seen it plenty of times. The Irritel, and sometimes people go for the Farsa even, or any sort of artillery. But I think after match 1, you would want the Suyo on your side. I know Demon Kai plays a very mean alpha, but without the Matilda, it might be slightly different. Yeah, Drusin also needs to be banned out.
Jushin banned out here. Now it's on Bigatron Alpha. They do pick up the Granger here. So Aurora, they can pick up the Suyo and then a +1. I don't know if they want to show their Irritel this fast, but I'm just not sure what other things they want to prioritize. Maybe the Cho. Maybe give Renegade the Cho or the Tigreal.
That could be the Cho Tigreal, yeah.
Yeah, something a little bit more comfortable for him.
It could. I mean, he did play the Khalid in the previous game too, so that there is that. The Yves, we forgot.
Oh, we forgot about the Yves, yeah.
The Yves and Suyo. Strong openings. Of course, if you are Moreno, there is still the Valentina, you know, to take the RWM. But UAE, how could we forget about that?
If you want to play range, just play with the Granger as well. Maybe even something like a Sicilian. The thing is, I don't know if Aurora will give the time for you to scale up. Bigatron Alpha probably gonna pick up the Alpha here, the name. If they don't pick it up, it's gonna be a little bit trouble here, because unless Supercan really just wants to use assassins and doesn't want to touch the fighters. But I feel like having a Granger, you need something like a Fragment, something like an Alpha, a crazy front line. It looks like they're gonna have that crazy front line with the Phovius, but still going on for the Hayabusa. Which, to be fair, Supercan piloted the Hayabusa beautifully.
And also you have an Eve who will be stationary, right? So you can get on top of the Eve, you can somehow get Moreno, not Moreno, you can somehow get Luke in. I can see the vision, for sure. That means that RORA might just look for a hero to try to protect that back. We still have the Tigreal of Renegade. The Cho is still there as well. In fact, I personally am looking at the Tigreal more than the Cho itself.
I feel like they should pick up the Irritel here, because if not, it's probably gonna get banned out. Unless they don't want to use it anyway. So they do pick up the Cho. We talk about Renegade's hero, so they pick up the Cho instantly here. But what's the marksman's gonna be here, Husky? Because probably it's gonna get banned out, right?
Yeah, I think so. Probably that, or I mean, there's still the Moskov for Domain. We've seen him play Moskov too. In the event those two get banned out, Irritel and Moskov get banned out,
Claude,
I guess.
But yeah, Nathan's probably not gonna be good against the Hayabusa. But good shout out. I feel like with this kind of composition, Moskov and Irritel is a very good ban for Bigatron Alpha.
I agree.
Of course you agree. You were the one that said it. No, I'm playing with you. I'm playing with you. Okay, I'm playing.
You have a point. The Tigreal ban first, you know, it was now they did take Pamela Show away, so ban the Tigreal. If you're looking for any sort of an engaged heroes, I know BTR did play the Jawhead tool. Not really sure if the Jawhead would work here though.
Hey, Badang.
Let's go.
Badang roll.
Suyo comes in. You dash in, put the wall behind him, fist crack. that Suyo ain't gonna be living that long. I'm just saying. As this season, Badang main, Badang is pretty high. It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
If not, you could go for a Edith. Though we don't see too many Edith roams nowadays.
Edith is more of an Edward pick.
Yeah.
They're still open. That they still have that XP lane that they haven't really decided on yet.
Aurora, if they want to go for the roam, this is the problem that I see, Husky. How do you target Pamela? Because you don't even know who he is. You don't know what kind of heroes he likes.
I think even Kai has a good idea of who he is.
I mean, like you can say that, but Pamela could be anyone. So they just decided we can't ban out Pamela because we have no idea. Like maybe he could use the Franco. We never know. So just ban out the Valentina, make it a bit safer, right?
You know what? The one pick that I miss in the roam row is definitely the Kaja.
Ah, Kaja, the bird.
The bird.
The cuckoo hee haw. Those two don't mix together. I don't know why I
was
said
like,
that.
was Kaja from Texas? What?
No,
what am I
no.
missing?
Another one is Diggy. Diggy is also a cuckoo bird.
Diggy is.
Not exactly cuckoo. By the way, you called it. You called the bands. This is gonna be very, very good. So now Aurora. I don't know. Outside of the Cloud, I'm not so sure what other picks they want to go for. Oh, the Harif.
Harif. That's it.
Harif, yeah.
I mean, it's always great to have the Granger on your end because you are just scaling. It's like having a Sicilian, right? But dealing physical damage. Speaking of which, is the Sicilian still good if Bigatron wants it?
I honestly feel Sicilian is pretty good. I really do feel like Sicilian is pretty good. It's just that there's so much dive here from the Cho as well as the Suyo, makes it a little bit more difficult. Moreno has shown that he can play around this kind of dive heroes, but now they add another one, they add a CC as well. So it's gonna be much more difficult for Moreno to dodge all of these engages coming in from Aurora.
Not just that, but also in the lane matchup against the Phovis, right? CC essentially just ignores what you want to do. What you want to do is you can just trade with you for days on end, get the War Axe, and you generally don't care about trades. In fact, extended trades is what the CC is looking for.
Yep, and then once the CC gets enough stacks on the War Axe, she jumps onto you, curtain calls, and then just spins the yo-yo faster, and then you just die. So Aurora, they have a lot of ways to go for the fight here. Bigatron Alpha, all right, oof, all right. They pick up a Novaria, which I theorize because Husky, you probably don't know this, but I play with tanks that don't like to cover for the backline. I use Novaria, I can survive. It's just that even between a Sicilian and Novaria, a Sicilian scales faster than a Novaria. Just putting it out there. But the Novaria does help out the Granger by increasing the range or increasing the hitbox, making it much easier for the Death Sonata to actually hit his targets.
I suppose the same for having a Tot for the Phobius, right? You just magnify the enemy hitbox to land AOG, which is a very important spell. Now that I look at it, we are falling into the same same conversation where Bigatron Alpha essentially only has one way of engaging. I don't consider Phovis as a engager. I'm just looking at the Gatot. So again, it's a callback to the conversation that has been brought up a couple of times. The Gatot, is it good enough to be a solo engager? I personally think not. But we'll see if BTR can prove me wrong. Game 2, Bigatron Alpha, Red Robots on the blue side. We got Aurora on red.
Yeah, honestly, Gato Kacha doesn't really engage. He kind of wants to counter engage. If he wants to engage, it's honestly with his second skill. It's not with his ult. You kind of want a team fight to be happening at the moment, and then you use it. Right now, Moreno taking a lot of damage. Just the first interaction, he almost died.
Wow, that was way too close for comfort.
Yeah.
See, Novaria doesn't really have the most health pool. I know when Novara came out, I was obsessed with this hero. I feel like it's one of the more unique ones, but she has glaring weaknesses. First of all, very cooldown reliant. Second of all, she is made of paper. You could Popper very easily. Not to mention that it's a Yeef and a Cho.
I would argue that paper is more durable.
The Novaria?
Yeah. I would say Novaria is like paper is more durable than Novaria, and Edward just gets a solo kill onto Luke. Oh, the EXP laners today are not having a good time, Husky.
You know what I say? I can only be wrong about XP matchups so long. I can only curse SP matchups for so many times. This one, it really feels a lot more straightforward. But that first blood is gonna hurt. The fact that Luke, he knows he was dead, so he didn't even pop the flicker. That's, I guess, the silver lining. But still, it's going to cause some problems when we come to objective fights. Renegade is just gonna eat that up, no problem. RORA have already gotten one lane, in fact 2 lanes under control. Mid lane also kind of in a mess.
I gotta say, Husky, as someone that has been playing EXP lane intensively, he had one of 2 thoughts just now. Either what you said was correct, I'm gonna die anyways, I'm not gonna use my flicker. Or, there's no way I die here, right?
Yeah, there's no way
It's either or. It's either or. It's like, there's no way I die here, right? Either ways, right now, Luke still gets level 4, so not really all that punished. Going up against Aurora here, you really want Luke to be distracting Aurora and then allow Pamela to actually go to AOG. With that being said, Pamela should probably absorb some minions here, because if not, he's not going to get level 4.
Luke, he's struggling to walk up forward. Look, he's just getting poked into days on end. Demon Kite was the easiest steal of his life. And Luke goes down once more. Double kill for Renegade.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I really feel like Pamela should have just strayed away from the fight, go and get mid lane so that he gets level 4 and then able to follow up Luke, because staying at level 3 for extended time as a roamer in that position really did not help Bigatron Alpha. That's number 1. And number 2 is that their mid laner is a Novaria. It's just utility. Novaria in the early game does not have enough damage. Once she has 3 items, she can deal the most amount of damage in the game for sure. But right now, she can't do much. So this kind of engages is just, I don't know, prolonging the inevitable. It's really not worth it. It's really not worth it when your mid laner can't deal that much damage.
Yeah, especially if you want those big bursts, it comes from the Star Shatter. Big skill shot too. A lot of factors to consider. Edward 1 full level ahead of Luke. More action should be done pretty soon. This jungle completely compromised. Super Ken, I don't see any chances of him getting purple, but Moreno is straight up dead.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know, at this point, can you even scale up? Oh, look, it's dead here. He is dead, right?
Yeah.
All right. Eventually. But right now, the score is 5-0. And CC is just gonna scale even harder. Moreno should scale, but it's gonna take some time. So whether they like it or not, they gotta play for Eman at this point. Hoping Eman can carry. Moreno is just gonna toss out the Astral Echo, making it easier for him to hit his abilities, but it's 4 minutes of the game, and there's already almost a 3,000 gold lead for Aurora. 3,000 is like half an item for each member.
With the total net worth, right? Aurora with a 3k lead. Pamela, gonna find Renegade. That's it again. You don't really have a way to lock him down. The XP lane is busted. That's thanks to Edward now having an incredible lead. Demon Kai gets caught. They throw everything at him. Demon Kai with the iframe gets out. And that's pretty much it. You get the turtle, but Domain is uncontested. Here comes Killua. Supercharge. He's going overclock this time. Super Ken is dead. Domain keeps on going. Pamela is going to go dark after that one. 3 more for Aurora, the cost of a turtle and Renegade.
I like that they had initiative where they want to do something. They don't want to just stand still and let Aurora take everything. But at the same time, I think they sacrificed too much. I feel like if Luke goes down, it's whatever. He's in a losing matchup anyways. Just let him tank up. But the rest didn't have to go down. The fact that Supercan was taken down, that was something that they could not have risked, in my personal opinion. They should have just let Luke die. Once they get a turtle, get out of there.
I mean, even right now, Rora, it comes to the stage where Super Ken, Like, what do? You're you're almost 2k, but you're 1.5k behind Demon Kite. You only got Hunter Strike. That's not enough damage. We saw them even trying to control Yue, but it really does not matter what Bigatron Alpha is doing right now. And time is running short. Like, I don't think they even have time for Emma to skill back up, like you mentioned.
Yeah, and now the real one with the vision hits onto Emma, and Emma is just trying to dance away. Yue actually get caught. Yue is doing very low. Look, gets a kill, but now Killua is dancing all around the fight. AOG has to be used defensively. Super Ken goes back in. Looks like he doesn't really have an angle to actually get a kill, but this is good. Just straight Luke. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, just like at this point, Luke, he is gonna be a meat shoe, right? Like he has, I think him and Pamela, the purpose is just we're gonna soak up damage, we're gonna get space for Edmund and Moreno. That's pretty much it. You have to surrender yourself to that role. There's really nothing much that you can possibly do extra unless you somehow get like a pot of gold, but there's no gold on the map. It has to go to Edmund. And I wouldn't even argue the Super Ken, but the one who needs it the most is Edmund. And Super Ken finding Yue. That is gonna be a good start. Renegade, he is all alone, gonna taunt out 4 people. I'm not really sure if Demon Kai wants to show up. Renegade, flickers to safety. Luke still chases him. Demon Kai, Doming, both show up. Luke about to get blown up. He flickers away.
Yeah, right now, Bigatron Alpha, they're still in a 4k deficit, but they look a little bit better now. We can definitely see that Super Ken does have the damage if anyone is isolated, so Aurora, they have to be careful. In fact, Renegade could have been taken down just now. Dominkai is able to get a turret, which I believe is a little bit better compared to the turtle here, but if I'm Bigatron Alpha, I'll take anything that I can get.
Every small win. Still behind by 4.5k. Obviously, it's a decent kill onto Yue. There's no shutdown go on him, but he has been a nuisance. And Moreno, when he starts getting his items, getting a bit more cooldown, at least they're a lot more reliable in terms of scouting out the map. Renegade getting pushed away too.
I mean, good news. Amon actually deals damage. We saw that Renegade is one of the tankier members of Aurora, and even Renegade felt the damage there. So this is good news. This means that if Bigatron Alpha is able to catch anyone from Aurora, they do have the damage. The most, I would say the most scariest thing is that if you're falling behind and your damage dealer cannot do damage. But the fact that they can means that you can still, you still have a fighting chance.
If they can get a couple more sneaks to the back line with Super Ken, it'll be great. He just got a Malefic Roar too. Again, needs that gold injection. Emman is doing feeling a lot more comfortable being able to farm back up. Still, Aurora holds a 5k gold lead. Again, another contest in this jungle. Edward having a very early vengeance. That's a great Astro Echo, forcing them away. AOG was committed though. Pretty early ultimate from Bigatron Alpha.
Yeah, like, it's gonna be worth it if they're able to secure this purple buff, because Super Ken really needs that purple buff, but Demon Kite is gonna contest just a little bit, and we see the damage coming in from Demon Kite. There's a lot going up against Super Ken, but it's something that Bigatron Alpha can still play around, because the good thing is, it's a 4,000 gold lead for Aurora, but it's been 4,000 for quite a while now. It hasn't grown, and I feel like that's the best thing that Bigatron Alpha could hope for, is that for this gold lead not to get any worse. They're able to stop the bleeding. Eventually, it will even out.
Yeah. It has reached a point where, you know, for the side of Bigatron Alpha, there is a fighting chance. We'll see. I mean, even coming onto this Lord fight, right? First Lord of the game, we still have to pay attention to Edward, who for some time hasn't been needed to participate in any sort of a fight. But get close to Aurora, you're waiting for Astral Echo, which is the most important ability right now for Bigatron.
Yeah, and Astral Echo has been used, only hit onto Yue, so they just find where Yue is. I think they have a good idea where Renegade is. Looks like they want to isolate someone. Oh, Edward actually goes in. He already used the Vengeance, and Bigatron Alpha is able to kite everyone away. Renegade taking a lot of damage, but looking at the lore here, Demon Kite still wants to get the lore, but Amon is able to get a kill onto Yue. Demon Kite secures the Lord, and now Aurora, they will back off. All of a sudden, Bigatron Alpha is having control over the map. What happened?
Honestly, I feel like Aurora did that just so they could secure the Lord. But they only lost... The fact that they only lost Yue, I guess it's not the worst case scenario. But for a moment, I really thought that it was overcommitment, right? Renegade flickering to get a kick that was out of range. But you see the damage from Bigatron Alpha. Now, we're looking at sieges right now, right? Star Shadow is starting to hurt. You got the Death Sonata and the Rhapsody. Bigatron Alpha has so much long-range pokes against Aurora. But let's see if how much damage can Aurora deal with the Super Cat. Yue is dead, right?
He has to be dead.
He's straight up dead. They get the kick though from Renegade. At least Super Cat will be traded back, but it's still a tempo breaker from Bigatron Alpha.
Yeah, I'd agree. At this point, Super Ken, it's not like he has a crazy kill streak or anything, so it kind of doesn't matter. Just get one kill. Just make sure that Yue doesn't scale. Yeah, looking at Hayabusa, he doesn't even have a Sky Piercer, so maybe he's at the point where it's fine because he's not the star of the show. The star of the show is Amon as well as Moreno. As long as both of those are fine, we should be good.
Another Astro Echo. Sieging has never felt so tough. Edward forced back as well. Demon Kai also not able to stand there. It's gonna be a bit longer than the first one for sure. RORA continues to try and play the map. Obviously, Bigatron Alpha, longer this game goes on, the more beneficial it will be for them.
Yeah, I honestly don't know what really happened that Bigatron Alpha was able to start controlling the map here, but definitely part of it is the poke that we've been talking about. The Star Shatter coming in from Moreno as well as the Rhapsody coming in from Iman. The fact that they're able to deal damage is really a big deal here, and Aurora is struggling just a little bit just because they haven't had the cleanest of engages, because Renegade so far has been kited away. Edward, he's honestly just opening the map. He's not looking to engage, but even so, he couldn't really capitalize it on so much. The times where he got the kill is where Super Ken overextended.
So right now, we're going back into a neutral state. Despite that being like a 4,500 goal advantage for Aurora, it doesn't feel as much. So we're going to be waiting for the next Lord. The game slows down from this point onwards. Even when you look at the damage leaderboard, Emon, he is miles ahead of everyone else.
Yeah, this time we see that Bigatron Alpha is taking a page out of a Philippine style of play, which is trying to kite away their abilities first. And I believe that was the interaction that they had going up against Edward, going up against Renegade, because it does look like when Edward has popped his vengeance, they just back off. The moment they see Renegade rushing using the Jeet Kune Do, they just back off. And so far, it has worked out very, very well for them. Looking at Renegade's position here, it looks like Renegade is looking for some kind of flank. Looks like Bigatron Alpha will not be aware of this, because even Moreno is not going to shoot that. Not going to shoot that turret. And Luke is not going to check it as well.
And Demon Kai, he's all alone. They're going to try and look for him. Demon Kai, but he's on cooldown. There's a kick from Renegade. They find Emman, but they need a finisher. Edward tries to go into Emman with the curtain call. As they try pulling back right now, Yue stops them in their tracks. Renegade tries to go back in. Luke will zone him away. Edward in danger. Super Ken sticks his shadow to the back. Emman does go down though. Yue, real manipulation on Super Ken. Astro Echo pings them out. Luke still alive. Domain gets shut down. Demon Kai cannot stay. Super Ken assassinates Yue. 4-4 Bigatron.
You know what? Aurora actually played that well, but Bigatron Alpha played that better. What was that? Aurora, they used Demon Kite as a bait so that Renegade as well as Edward could actually get into position where they can catch Amon. And if Amon is not caught by either of those, Domeng was in position to follow up. That we saw Edward go in and then immediately get out because he said like, I can't kill this. I can't do much here. And then I don't know, man. Like Harif was able to get the kill, but then Luke got onto Harif, make it so that he couldn't dash around, and then Moreno had enough damage. Ken had 1v1 against Yue. Bigatron Alpha, this is amazing. Like Aurora was able to execute their game plan, and Bigatron Alpha still outplayed it.
In a big way too. So now that whatever goal lead that we've been seeing completely washed, back to square one. Aurora starting to face some problems. We talk about the scaling that M1 has, and Super Ken really able to consistently find the backline. It's made easier thanks to the Astro Echo. You constantly have visions of your target. So it's easy. So it's an easy mid inhibitor for Bigatron. The bottom one's gonna be sieged in just a little bit. There's going to be a fresh wave coming in from the bottom side. Aurora will defend the rest of the structures, but once more, it seems like trying to play this sneaky playstyle isn't going to cut it. Like Moreno, he has skilled up.
Will he find Renegade? He finds Renegade, and now Renegade is the one that has to retreat. AOG committed. Renegade goes back in, and they're going all in for Renegade. And it looks like Aurora, they can't back him up, but they're coming in from many different angles here.
What was that flicker by Renegade? Edward trying to man fight Emman. With the vengeance, Emman, he just kites away. Again, this late game Granger, so hard to get onto. Domain tries, but no, you cannot just blow past Luke like that. The disrespect, punish. And Bigatron starting to take advantage of Rora's recklessness.
I mean, again, this draft is not for the Hayabusa. The Hayabusa is probably just to trade kills. Like, I'll die, but I'll take someone with me. Bigatron Alpha, they've scaled up. Like you said, this draft is for Moreno. It's for Iman. Both of these long-range artillery heroes are just here to really... Okay. If Iman died there, I'll be like, okay, you know what? I can't glaze him too much.
If you had a Sky Piercer, I think Emma dies.
Yeah, you know what? Before the bad thing happens, I'll just say, they're all pretty mid.
So you have the XP laner mindset. He's not gonna die, right?
Yes. There's no way I die here, right? But yeah, Edward was almost able to do it, by the way. He was almost able to get Iman. But Luke has been doing a phenomenal job actually covering for Iman as well as Pamela. But this is good for Luke as well as Pamela, because as the tanks of the team, you're always indecisive of who you should be covering for. Do you want to take care of your mid laner, your jungler? But in this game, it's very clear cut. You just take care of your gold laner, because your mid laner can take care by himself. If your jungler dies, it's on him. So Bigatron Alpha, they just simplify the game, right? Just cover for Eamon, and then that's it. That's it. You have literally one job.
Keep Eamon alive, right? As long as he's alive, the team stays alive. That's simple. Wonder how many stacks he has. That's what I want to know. Where like, it's his longest game of the day so far. Super Ken.
Yeah, that was beautiful. So far, Bigatron Alpha, they've been baiting Renegade like crazy. They're like, okay. What? There he goes. He tried to engage again. Like, they just know Renegade's timing. Renegade can't catch them off guard. Even when he tries to flank, they see him. They've studied Renegade extensively. Yeah.
Renegade feeling very exposed right now. No flicker for another 90 seconds. Demon Kai forced to go home.
Yeah, top wave as well is pushing in. Someone has to clear that. Looking at the Hyrule has to clear mid as well. The minions are really in favor of Bigatron Alpha.
Yeah, Emma just checked the bush. Now Demon Kai has nowhere to hide. Such a tough position to be in. And look at like that bush that Luke occupied. There's no way you break through, but they're gonna try though. What a Jikundo by Renegade. Hail Mary attempt for Aurora and Renegade. Pause the immortality. Domain Kai is gonna flick over the wall. It's all about Emma, but Domain just again fails. A 1v5 scenario. What a madman. But that madness put to stop. Bigatron cleans up house. 2 more kills for them, and this Lord guaranteed for the robots. We need the Lord to end the game at this point. He's just gonna take it as a form of formality. Emma just way too strong on the Granger right now.
I don't know, man. We talk about the identity of Indonesia as brawly, right? As the one that really wants to keep fighting. But honestly, TLID and now Bigatron Alpha, they're introducing a way of playing of actually kiting. Like they're so good at sieging, and now it's becoming a new identity for Indonesia. At least for Bigatron Alpha.
It looks so orchestrated, right? It's like a good choreography. Ken, shadow kill, disperse, very well done by RORA to prevent any sort of death. Well, the cost of the entire base, still a Lord yet to be dealt with. Waves not completely synced up just yet, but Bigatron Alpha, one way in, Renegade, another flicker Jikundo cannot get a kickoff. I mean, Luke just bashes him with the totem, and now this is truly going to be the endgame scenario. Domain just went down. Bigatron Alpha have found their way in and forces a game 3 in this series.
Well, Husky, we knew when it comes to our prediction, one of us has to be wrong. But I'm gonna take this opportunity